It's funny that you ask about Take This Lollipop because I heard from Jason Zada, who was the creator of Take This Lollipop, just a month ago about doing a follow-up to that to move it into new forms of media. It was one of the most popular Facebook applications of all time. It was no thanks to me, it was thanks to Jason. People who watch at Christmas time, people who are in the computer a lot will know a app called Elf Yourself, where you take family members and you put their faces on dancing elves. Well, that was Jason. That's the first thing he ever did. And he told me how he did it, in fact. He was working for somebody else, and on his lunch break, he hung up a green screen and hired a dancer. And she played all the elves. And I was like, wow, that's great. And he's the one who came up with this innovative technology that won an Emmy for Take This Lollipop. But yes, there may actually be plans to move that into the cloud and into Skype. And at the time, in the day, back in 2012, forever ago, it was one of the first apps which really pointed out that all of the information that we were sharing was not benign, nor were the possibilities for its use benign, something that we're all aware of now. I love working with Rob Zombie. He's a great guy. He understands the business. He understands what people expect for him, but he also understands his role as a director, and he is probably the most in-charge director that I've ever worked with. He's not insufferable, but everyone is very aware of who they're working for and who's running the set, and he gets the shot. At the same time, he gives his actors a lot of latitude and says, try different things. If I don't like it, I'll tell you, but he really wants you to bring something. And afterwards, when we had finished, I said, Rob, I really love working with you. He said, yeah, you're on the team. We'll see you again. So I hope that's true. I really love working with him.
So I started performing at a really, really young age. And as you guys know, in our previous interview years ago, that, I think my mom just needed to put my energy somewhere. I'm kind of all over the place, just like I am now, even at 42. But theater's always been my passion, will always be my heart, first and foremost, always. That's what I studied. I was saying earlier with Kristen West that I studied Commedia dell'arte when I was studying in a BFA program, and being on the stage and having a live audience. And, if you go up or something goes wrong, you just got to keep, there's nothing more thrilling, and talk about living in the moment of being on stage. But I did just come out of doing Lauren Gunderson's The Revolutionists, and it was unbelievable. It's a hard one that actually was really hard for me to close. We just closed about a week ago. But to have this amazing playwright who they are saying she is one of the most produced playwrights since William Shakespeare, and then to be in this play, which was all women, directed by an amazing woman, Julie Beckman, and to play Olympia Gouge, who is a real-life woman who is an activist for women's rights. I left that play, and I'm prepping for a couple film projects, and also my second directorial debut, a short film I did called It's Hidden Within, written by one of my teenage students, Kara Pershner. And I realized, I'm kind of an Olympia Gouge in the film community. That as a woman, it's going to get me emotional, but as a woman, that I'm giving opportunity to other young women and women my own age to have a voice and to be heard and seen. And for me now, as a theater artist, I will always be a theater artist. I just got a call today. I have a huge callback for a theater I've wanted to work at my whole life. Send me the juju, everyone. I'll let you know how it goes. But that what I'm doing now with my film career is I think I'm making a platform, as Olympia Gouge tried to do in 1793. So, excuse me, that was more of a, for women to have a voice, for women to feel heard, and for women to feel seen. And where that ties with the Parish, and why I liked the role in the Parish, and the role that I have in one of my upcoming films, Mr. Bleachers, our second feature film, is these are women who have suffered a huge loss. Both lose their husband. But instead of crumbling away and becoming a victim, they do something about it. That they become more indignant and more badass instead of weak and, ooh, help me. And that's what I want to show on film. And film is forever. Nowadays we got our cell phones, we got our cameras, we got the cloud, we got the Skype, we got the Facebook. So the fact that I can take what I do live and in the moment on stage and now put it out for millions of people to see, that's pretty badass in itself, I think.
It was super, super fun. I really enjoyed that film. It was fun. I got to meet a lot of people I've never met before, and I didn't exactly know how I'd feel about it. I was a bit nervous at first because it's very slasher, horror, extreme, scary. Wouldn't actually watch it. But it was awesome, and I always enjoy seeing those kind of things like behind the scenes where it's not actually as scary because you watch the makeup getting done. I watch CJ Graham and Jason practicing their scenes, and it was so fun to work on it with them and everyone else in the cast, and it was definitely one of my favorite projects. Maybe like second after The Parish.
Oh.
No, I'm kidding.
Like to have that number one spot for now.
Yeah. I'm open to anything really. Just whatever kind of comes my way, I'll take it. And, well, I guess not everything. But, as long as it's appropriate.
Yeah.
And I like it. But, I'm always interested in trying new things, so a comedy would be fun. I don't know. We talked about something maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, if horror is the way to go, we'll go with horror. If we do a whole 180, it could be a comedy, and I could be a comedy star. I don't know. We'll find out.
Are you a singer? We're talking about musicals.
No.